I forgot this little guy holding on to life and providing us with food. Some have fallen off from the gruffness of our handling. And it's not nice out here in the cold at night, so we're not really too smooth about it. This is another weird plant. Some are round. There's another one for the birds. This is a very odd plant. I wonder, yeah, okay. This is what happens, I think, when you have one of those, what is it called, a hybrid? You get round tomatoes with Roma tomatoes, and they come out very small. There's a mixture on this plant, and each stem of the plant has a different type of tomato on it. It's very strange. There's round tomatoes and Roma tomatoes, and they're all miniature. So this, I guess, is what happens when you have a tomato that comes up from seed on its own from a hybrid plant. I've heard they do weird things. See, that's like a cherry tomato, and these are like miniature Romas. And they're small, and that's what this plant has been producing. So it's very curious to see what happens, you know, when you let them grow like that. You're not supposed to regrow them, but this grew up on its own. Who knows if it cross-pollinated with something, or who knows what. I have no idea, but interesting stuff. Over here, I brought the basket back. I forgot. We haven't got a lot, but we got some beans coming throughout the year. Melanie puts them in a stir fry. And these are flowering. These are still growing well. So the beans are able to take a little bit of colder weather. They're not as sensitive. Peas and beans, I've noticed, can grow outside just fine. So there's a nice little batch. I know enough for a meal out here. Maybe a couple meals, because we don't put a lot of beans in a stir fry. We just have a few here and there. Use my hands here. But they're in there all the way to the middle. Oh, I broke the plant. Not nice. Yeah, definitely got to use two hands on this. These plants are quite fragile, and you can break the whole plant off if you're not careful. Or a whole chunk. But you see that we are getting sporadic. We've been harvesting food throughout the year, although it's been harsh. But I heard that all across the country people were having trouble with their gardens. Whether true or not, I don't know, but just what people have been saying in the comments. But each year we'll get better and better, especially with the greenhouse we're going to put in. It's weird how late these started to grow this year, and they're doing their job, but they sure started late, and it's too hot and dry. Just way too hot and dry. Now we water daily, but I think it wasn't enough. And neighbor theorized, I said this once before, but not all of you watch all my videos all the time. A neighbor theorized it was the freezing cold water we put on the plants caused them some shock as well. So now there is, I think, oops, dropping some. We'll take them over to the picnic table and show you. Now this is the final harvest of the summer squash. This is the end. What's here is here. you know, what we got is what we got. That's the end. But we had a lot of summer squash this year. A lot. Young ones. You can fry them up. They're beautiful in a stir fry. Yeah, we had so much summer squash. It was unbelievable this year. I've got a little cucumber that I pulled off a little bit ago. One. So we had a couple cucumbers. They did not grow at all this year. That one's okay. Acorn squash must have got burnt. Frozen. But we got some acorn squash, really nice. Beautiful squash. There's another one. Another one. Some of the plants are still trying to struggle on to life. It's sort of sad and cute. They're still trying to hold on. Look, here's a flower. Here's some baby squash growing. They don't have a chance. They just don't have a chance. There's nothing. Yeah, that one's rotted. See this little baby squash trying to grow. But there's no way, there's no hope for them now because there's no leaves. Everything's dead. The pumpkin has got some new growth coming in. It's 50 degrees today, so it's a bit warmer. But there's just no chance for them now. They're done. Oh, and potatoes. There's rows. There's a whole row here. There's a half row there. There's a partial there. There's some at the end of there. We got potatoes all over. We haven't dug any up yet this year. We will soon. We got too soon, but we don't have a lot of time recently, so we're leaving them till the last. Also, I might harvest the corn yet today. It's dry enough. I'll probably haul that all out. So there's our pretty much nearing the end of our garden harvest. Whole mess of cherry tomatoes. Oh, there's a wormhole in that one. Some hybrid weird mixes, some peppers, green beans, hot peppers, yellow peppers, a cucumber. We got the last of our squash. You can see that one was freeze damaged. We'll have to stir fry that tonight. Acorn squash, looks like that may have been freeze damaged, I'm not sure. We got some acorn squash, a little, I don't know what that was called. Melanie loves them. We've been eating them up. Michelle loves them. Getting near the end. I gotta harvest the corn, so I'll probably take this bucket in and empty it, and then come back for corn in that bucket and see what we got. Now, I harvest the corn. Some of them didn't do anything. Now those are going to the chickens. Now what I'm going to do is peel them open, because I don't want to put any wormy stuff in there. I want to take and open them fully, and then put them in the bucket. It's going to be a bit of a job, but then all the compost stays here. I'll pull them all out later and I'll put them in a compost bin and let them rot down for next year's fertilizer. But with all the rain we're getting, I don't want to risk these rotting on me. So we'll take them in and let them dry. There's a lot of little ones. Oh yeah, there's kernels on them. Even the little ones have kernels. So I'm going to pick them all. I don't know if I highly doubt there's anything on this one. Baby corn. Not quite developed enough to be cooking. But I'll harvest them all and dry them, and we'll have ourselves some corn. Now this is good for cooking, of course. They're a little bit harder, a little bit more dry. So they'll be better for cooking, but not so much for not for fresh eating right now. But they'll also be good for making grain type, like grinding them up for flour and putting them in our baking. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a job. But look at that, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the colors in that. Just awesome. I don't know what that is. Definitely it's organic, meaning we didn't use any pesticides, fertilizers, or chemicals, and there's no farms near us that can cause any overspray or anything. Look at the colors in some of those kernels. Just incredible. That, wow. Anyway, I'm going to go and harvest all these and dry them out, and then we'll have good corn for the winter. I was saying we can use them in baking, cooking, bread, cereal, whatever. Well, there you go, guys. These 2 rows are ravaged and done. I broke down the corn as I went, so I knew where I was. I got a 5-gallon bucket of beautiful, beautiful corn. The dark red ones seem to be the best, the healthiest. These here seem to be the absolute best corn. Now, some of them had nice cobs, but a lot of them had small ones. I think that, well, I can't explain this to be precise, but I think that more water and maybe more densely grown. So instead of just a couple rows wide, I think that a whole garden full would definitely increase our yield. Now, I experimented, and I'll show you the other garden in the future video, probably, the other corn bed. But I experimented there, and I planted really, really dense. And it looks like I was getting 2 to 3 ears per stalk. But that's a different type of corn, too. So that's a different video for a different day. This corn has a lot of failures. There's a lot of them that didn't quite make it. And I don't know if it was weather based. You know, we had a really bad dry summer. We needed more water, definitely water. But I did fertilize this heavy with chicken compost, so I'm not upset to have a 5-gallon bucket of corn from an experiment. So first time I'm planting corn in a lot of years, and I've got some. So basically 1 corn cob planted in the garden became a 5-gallon bucket load. So I can't complain about that. Definitely, I've increased my yield. I increased, you know, what I got. And we got some corn to eat through the winter. And that's alright. And we still got the other row, which I think is going to have more corn. That was a different type. I think that was more of the purple. But we'll do that another time. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Another day in our attempt to become fully self-sufficient and off the grid on a budget. Please like, subscribe, and share, and follow our daily videos. Thank you.